Yeah, we're continuing off from the last video, basically, which is Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classics, episode 2, 1915, double shot number 1844. I had to stop at like 5 minutes because dinner was ready. And it took me a bit to get back to this because my computer wasn't going to work properly, so I had to reboot it. Okay, so with this particular episode, well, with this one anyways, now, first half of this review, I discussed Green Arrow. Now I'm discussing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is basically Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Volume 7, Shatter Grid. This actually is the first 4 of the 6 issues of this book that basically is part of this crossover. Now, I actually made a mistake on my part when it comes to this. I checked out the wrong thing because, well, what I should have got was Mighty Power Rangers Shatter Grid, which is basically 7 and 8 just combined into one. But I got 7 and 8 anyway, so next month, which by the way, the next story comes out, this one is Beyond the Grid. I'm actually going to get that next book and then get the fall book coming afterwards. So I'm not making the same mistake twice. So this is basically covering issues 25 to 28 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yep. The book starts off with, well, seeing Time Force. Yes. Time Force. Or basically they're out in space with a Time Force Megazord. Kind of a phenomenon that nailed and basically hits the Time Force Megazord, implied it was destroyed, but before it was destroyed, the Time Force Pink managed to get away. And meanwhile, in present day, well, this is actually sort of in the future, in the Mighty Power Rangers years, where Draken has escaped, Parmedia is actually, now they're actually upset about the fact that they kept him captive there, and the fact he's escaped now, and he basically broke the top half off of Saba. So, in a way, he kind of killed Saba anyways, but this is before the other Saba showed up. So, yeah, and also at the start of the story, Tommy dies. Yes, Tommy dies, but Time Force Pink basically is there to, well, save the Pink Ranger, and they go, now the grid has sort of been shattered in the storyline, so they go to various places, and the first people that are attacked at the Time Force, you're probably thinking, okay, which team is next? Samurai, yes. They go after freaking the Samurai Rangers, which is interesting to say the least. They also visit the RPM universe, which I found them pretty cool. There's even appearances here by Dino Charge. Heck, they even go to mention about the Galaxy Rangers, where they team with them in the story, along with seeing like Mega Force, Dino Charge, which, fun fact, when it comes to being the Power Rangers franchise, I have watched all the seasons up until Super Dino Charge Episode 4. That's the first I've gotten with it. I've not finished watching Super Dino Charge. I've not watched Ninja Steel. I actually have watched, Ninja Steel, I have watched a couple episodes of that one, at least one. For Beast Morphers, I watched a couple episodes of that one. I have not watched anything now of Fury just yet. So they meet with all these various people, and of course they show Terra Venture in the storyline, which I thought was so cool seeing that. I think this is the first time in comic form that Terra Venture has been seen. Now, in the case of previous Comic Rangers, now the only ones that have been seen in comic before is the Mighty Morphin Rangers, obviously. And let's see, I believe, well, in case you're curious, now when they go to Terra Venture, they run into Corone, who is not the Pink Ranger they're looking for. They actually were looking for the original Pink Ranger, who was, I think his name was, not Catherine. The character was killed off during Lost Galaxy, but was brought back because the actress herself was suffering leukemia at that point. So they, of course, have Corone basically fill in for the rest of the series. And then by the final episode, we have the original Galaxy Ranger come back. And of course, you have Draken going all over the place with the grid. But this is an excellent start. Like, I am loving this story arc so far. I mean, I love all this, the Power Rangers in here. And just really good here. We're going to see the finale for this next trade for the Mighty Power Rangers side. But in case you're wondering, does Go-Go Power Rangers have issues tied in this crossover? Yes. I'm surprised for that one. They didn't have this whole crossover, which is basically split into like 3 trades. They should just combine this all into one, which they did for Mighty Power Rangers, but they didn't do it for they didn't put Go-Go Power Rangers issues in there. both of the issues overall. By the way, still written by Kyle Higgins. There is a backup feature where, oh, by the way, they also have Ninjor in here, where basically he is held captive by Draken. Of course, that involves the whole stuff with the Morphin grid. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for my Microsoft Word to open up. It's taking its sweet time doing it for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But what ranking do I give this particular trade? I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. And I can't wait to discuss the rest of the storyline, which we'll discuss that in a future Comic Corner. Okay, so that's episode of you. Next one is going to be, is it wrong to Girls Dungeon? Okay, next video. Bye.